What's going on, guys? It's your boy Random Guy Kev, and this is Thoughts of a Random Guy. We talk about many things dealing with love, dating, relationships, adulting, life's ups and downs, and the ever-evolving world of just being a human. Don't forget to check me out on all your favorite social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Today's topic is something. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about healthcare. Something in healthcare. Paying attention to your health. There it is. And my co-hosts for this episode are.
Hi, I'm Nell. Instagram name all original 529.
I'm Woody, better known as Woody Pierre.
Or
Instagram.
Hoodwood.
Hey. We're not going there.
Good.
Instagram, first one, spelled with a PH, number one.
Heard you. So paying attention to your health. I think in this generation, I feel like we kind of pay attention more to our health than our parents did. Growing up, I feel like we relied on our parents for all the remedies that we needed for things. And, they were afraid to take us to the doctor sometimes just because the cost of healthcare in the US is a lot. Being Haitian, they also had Haitian remedies that always,
For sure.
I mean, they worked. I ain't gonna hold you, they worked. We ain't had to go to the doctor. We ain't had to go to the doctor. But as you get older, having a good job that pays for health insurance and using your health insurance, sometimes people get scared to use their health insurance because they don't know all the ins and outs of their health insurance process and whatnot. But growing up, did you guys, I mean, we are all Haitian here, but did you guys go to the doctor as much as get like checkups and things like that your parents took you to?
I don't feel like the healthcare process is what stopped them from going to the doctor. Like my mom, granted she had her remedies, but anytime I was sick, it was like, oh, let's go to the doctor. Oh, let's go figure out what's going on. I feel like it's more so like our parents that didn't want to go to the doctor, and not more so our moms. Like my mom would go to the doctor. If she got a cough, she's going to the doctor.
Yeah.
But it was more so my dad. Like there was no reason for him to go to the doctor, and it wasn't that he didn't have insurance. But I feel like a lot of them, it's the fear of the unknown. Like I'd rather not know. Or
I'm
I
good.
heard
I'm
my
healthy
dad
right
say.
now.
I heard my dad say like once before, like every time you go to the doctor, they always find something. Something's always wrong, and a lot of men believed. A lot of Haitian men, I feel like, believe that like as soon as you go to the doctor, they're gonna tell you, oh my God, you got stage 4 cancer. Oh my God, you're gonna die. And to me, it's, let's just say that was the result. On the flip side, a female mindset, a Haitian female mindset is, I'd rather go to the doctor and they tell me, hey, you have cancer, but this is what we can do to fix it, as opposed to acting like it don't exist. And now you're at the point like nothing could be done.
Yeah, I hear you. I feel like my experience was a little different. Part of it being because my mom was actually diabetic. So she had to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So she always had a primary care physician. And I actually inherited or pretty much took on the same primary care physician she had, Dr. Goodgold.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, for sure. And, growing up Haitian, you got to go to basically be the translator, right? Answer any questions, make sure the doctor and your parents are on the same page. So it was kind of the norm for me every so often to go to a doctor visit with my mom. My dad kind of worked, he did his thing. He goes more often now because, he's getting of age, so he's going through certain things. But I would say with my mom for sure, and even with her parents, my grandfather, I used to be the one to go with him because I was his translator. So yeah, going to the doctor was, for me at least, in my experience, was kind of the norm, and it's just kind of instilled like a good practice. So like I still have her primary care physician.
Yo, that's
this
crazy.
day.
Yeah, like that's crazy that you still do. Like I don't personally have a primary care physician. I go to the care station. I have the one doctor that always handles me. Like she does my full physical, she does my blood work, she does everything. Every year for like I want to say like probably the past 10 years, the same person. And I quote unquote consider her my primary because I just go to her. But my previous primary that my mom used to take me to, I think he was older gentleman, and I he's no longer a doctor, so he kind of died still. Oh well, he didn't die. He stepped
Nah, he
away.
kind of died.
I feel like he died because he just like stopped, he just disappeared. He just disappeared like type thing. So I was like, okay, he got old. He was an old white man, and he just kind of wasn't there anymore. But like, so when you got off your parents' insurance, I know a lot of us stayed on our parents' insurance for a good hot minute until
Up
we
until
got
26, and they kicked me off.
Did you, at any point, like, once your parents stopped taking you to the doctor, did you just like immediately like, okay, I need to go get a checkup, I need to go get an eye exam, I need to go to the dentist, I need to do this? Did you ever do any of that on your own, where it's just like you immediately did that, or was it like over time you just went?
If I needed it, I'd do it. Like if it wasn't a necessity, I wasn't doing it. Or like my job, most jobs would call for a physical for whatever reason, so I had to do my yearly physical. But if it ain't hurt, like if it wasn't broke, why fix it type of thing. Like what am I going to the doctor for?
Yeah, I think there might have been like a lag maybe when I started working, because like you're trying to like figure out your career and you're focused on other things, so it's like
Trying to understand being independent for a little bit.
for sure. But I can say ultimately I did get back to a point where it's like, all right, you gotta go to the dentist, bro. You gotta go see your primary care physician. You gotta go you gotta go get some blood work done, that sort of thing. Because my parents, have had the situations health wise that they have, it makes me like a little more conscious, right? Because like, all right, Wood, like you gotta get ahead of anything. God forbid, some of these things are in the card for you, right? You gotta get ahead of them now. So I would say maybe there was probably like a lag in the beginning, but then after some point, it's like, all right, you just got to stay on top of this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us don't understand what's provided in our health insurance. People don't really look into it or listen to like the benefits programs when their job puts them on. And like me personally, I try to read the whole HR manual just to make sure.
Oh, you one of those?
I'm not
You one of those?
nobody's HR
I got
manual.
a question. I'm calling you.
Nah, because like based off my
nobody's
experience,
HR
I mean, it's
manual.
based off my experience working in corporate America in New York. It's like, and especially in heavy white management areas that they try to like get over on you. Oh no, you're not gonna get over on me because in subsection this, and this, you can't do that. Like
They hate to see Kev coming.
I don't got time. You're not gonna play me.
They're like, oh, this motherfucker read the manual.
I only go to the handbook when I
This
get in
guy
trouble
read
at
the-
work and I
this
need
guy
to
read
sit
the
there and write an
manual.
email.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna use your rules against you. But it's like, all right, let me understand my whole like what I get in my benefits. And it's like, okay, like I get twice a year, full physical with blood work. I get, a hospital visit. I get, free glasses with a free eye exam, free dental work, this up to a specific amount. It's like once you learn how much you don't have to pay out of pocket,
Yeah.
you're just like,
Nah,
oh shit, I'm gonna use this.
Yeah. No, I'm joking, but like
No.
in all seriousness, it is important to know the benefits afforded to you, especially if you're gonna be giving that company like your blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh,
9 to
yeah,
5,
definitely.
Like
And plus you pay
you
for
need
it.
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They're taking
It
money
comes
out of your check
paycheck.
and you
Yeah.
are
So for
paying
sure.
for it.
I'm paying for this.
It's
Listen, I'm
important.
gonna get this. I'm gonna get these free frames real quick.
It ain't really free.
That's,
Baby. It ain't really free.
we paying for it. But it's like, I think when it comes to like healthcare for people of color, I think we are more resistant to like going to the doctors. We really don't have to. We can figure it out on our own. All right, I'm good. And for men especially, it's like we're just like, I'll take a Tylenol.
It all comes down to fear.
Yeah, I'll take a Tylenol. And like for my dad's situation, he like it was literally he told me like a month before he had to go get surgery that he had stage 4.
Wow.
He had stage 4. He was like, yeah, I can't see out one of my eyes. I can't see out, and next month I gotta go in for surgery. And he sent me a scan. He didn't tell my brother and my mom, and nothing, like, and this was after Ketsy. So it was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, do you want me to come with you? Like, what's happening? Like, and like when this happened, he was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm like, so you ain't telling nobody? Like, you just came out of woodwork with it? It's like, I just went, did it. And like when he had surgery, all of a sudden he's just like, home. He had to be on bed rest. Then that's kind of when he told my mom. My mom was like, "What is going on?" Like, so it was like he never went to the doctors. Like at anytime he felt some type of way, he drank tea or something,
Yeah.
like some type of remedy or something. I was like, all right, I'm good. I get back to work. I got to make money. I got to pay the bills. I got to do this. So I feel like with his situation, it just like anytime I feel something, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to the doctors. I'm gonna go to the doctors. Like I pay whatever I need to do, and it's just like one of those things. You just want to be safe and make sure you're good because like you never know. Like
Yeah.
all those extra scans cost money, but if most
Better to
times
be
it's
safe
covered in
than
your insurance.
sorry.
Yeah, you just want to cover yourself, and especially being 36, it's like all right, let me just make sure I catch anything early, so it's not like how my dad did, where it's like stage 4, and it's like stuff like you can't
There's not
really
much
do
you
anything.
could do
You
at
can
that point, yeah.
much you can do, yeah. So it's like I think again with him being an older Haitian man, I think again it comes back down to fear. Like there was a fear of just like not being able to support your family, and then the fear of them not even the healthcare system not really being able to help you because be mindful that people of color are scared again because of the doctor saying, hey, no, you don't have anything. Just take these 2 pills and you'll be good. And like you hear those stories of people dying because the doctor is like, hey, no, you're good. Just take this. And like my friend, she was given, her son was having problems. Freshborn, he was like, he was having problems. And the doctor that she went to didn't do anything. So she was going to go overseas to go see another doctor. But she went to Boston, and all of a sudden those doctors are helping her. It's like,
Sometimes it's always good to get a second opinion
yeah,
too.
yeah,
I feel like you know your body best. Like, if you feel like something's wrong and you go to a doctor, a lot of times you're just a number to them. So it's a quick in and out type of thing. That's why it's really good if you, like Wood was saying, how he has like his primary care physician that he's had for years.
yeah,
When you tend to have those kind of doctors, you build a rapport with these people. They're now looking at your best interests of heart, as opposed to like maybe you, like with the person from the care station, me, I just whatever,
Yeah.
like switching different doctors. It's like to them, it's just like, oh yeah, let's get you in and out. Oh yeah, nothing's wrong. Oh, everything came back normal. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Schedule an appointment for a follow up in X amount of time.
yeah,
But a lot of times you need to be your own advocate, and if something's wrong, and yeah, they may say everything looks fine, but you need to push, okay, you need to find something else, or there needs to be other tests because X, Y, and Z is what's going on. And a lot of times people would just let the doctor diagnose them and
Yeah.
be like, oh yeah, that's it, the doctor said this, but you know yourself better than any doctor does, or what pain you're feeling more than the doctor does. So
and that's the crazy thing because like you could tell the doctor how you feeling, and they just be like, I know more than you. I know more than you. Like it's like, but you're not feeling what I'm feeling. Like you're not, and like even for like currently my migraines, my chronic migraines that I'm getting through, like I went through 5 different neurologists to kind of figure out what's going on, and each one want to just pump me with pills and just be like, yo, take this, let's see what happens, let's see what effects this has. And like I would feel weird. Some of them make me feel worse than how I'm already feeling. It's like, all right, this shit ain't working. I feel like you're just doing trial and error at this point, instead of like the current one I'm on. They're asking all these questions like, when did it start, how did you feel, like what made you feel this way. And it's like, okay, you're asking questions. You're trying to get to know me better and know my routine and what I'm going through, versus these other ones that aren't even asking that. They're just saying, oh, you have migraines, okay, take these pills. It's like, how am I, like, I get it, you're the doctor, but at the same time you're pumping me with something that I don't know what the effects are.
and that's what I'm saying. A lot of these doctors are are pill pushers too. Like, again, you got to find the best. Just because they're a doctor and they may have went to school or whatever and specialize in X, Y, and Z, you also have to find a doctor that best suits you.
And it's becoming more and more of a business too. Like some of these, pharmaceutical companies, they got relationships with the doctor where it's like,
Yep.
hey, sell my pill,
Sell my pill, yeah.
right? Like there's clearly a conflict of interest
Yeah.
in that situation.
And that's why there's like
are
an
you serious?
opioid issue in the U.S. Because, pharmaceutical companies literally own the U.S. essentially. They want you to push their pills. And that's how people get addicted. And it's like, again, like they're prescribing me stuff. And I'm like, let me research this. Let me send it to my cousin who's a pharmacist to make sure I'm not getting addicted to anything. And she's just giving me feedback like, yeah, you shouldn't take that. Or, hey, there's another thing that you can take instead of that. And it's like, it's good to have people like that in your corner that can tell you like, hey,
No,
you
for
shouldn't
sure.
do that. Yeah, you shouldn't, because it's scary. You don't want to get addicted to anything because you see all these stories of people getting addicted to medicines, and it's like it's supposed to help them, and it's not really helping them.
That, or even the fact that your body gets accustomed to it, and now they got to up the dosage for you
Yeah.
to sit there and feel some type of relief because your body got accustomed to it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there is a cost of checking on your health, even without health insurance. It's for me, like, I think I went doing all the tests that I had to do. I think I went over my budget, and I had to pay a little bit out of pocket because of all the tests that I had to do. Because I wanted to make sure I didn't have cancer either or a tumor, like my dad, make sure it wasn't hereditary or anything. Because I was feeling really bad. I'm getting better because of the pills and over the counter stuff I'm taking, and watching my diet and making sure I'm like monitoring myself. But outside of that, like, people are afraid of the cost because the cost can like really be. It's like taking out a student loan, like going to school. Like, you take a student loan just to pay for something. It's like, you know what? I ain't never paying that shit back. Like, having a child in the U.S. is like $40,000 just to go to the hospital.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, and that's like probably minimum $40,000, and they'll charge you for everything. So I get it. While people want to have childbirths at
Home
home,
births,
yeah,
yeah.
the home births and everything. I see a lot of friends becoming doulas now. That's what it's called. That's the
Yes,
word.
it's a doula. Yeah.
Okay, all right, doula. See, I be knowing things, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors.
But also, if you're talking about that aspect, I feel like for Black females, doulas may also be the safer option.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've seen, but on IG, it's been this post circulating how they said that doctors have pushed C-section on Black females just to occupy the spaces in hospital rooms. They didn't need it. It wasn't mandatory. It was just like oh yeah, we need you to fill this room. Oh, we need this money type of thing. But it wasn't a necessity.
To keep you there longer.
Yes.
That's nuts.
And if we're being quite honest, there's been Black women in general, even with giving birth, have a higher death rate and different things like that, complications and different things like that, which is why, as a Black female, I would opt to go to a doula. If you can,
Yeah.
why not? Like, I could get you a midwife, get you a doula. Like, that's just basically that's gonna sit there and be there every step of the way. That even if you do decide to have a hospital birth and you don't want to do a home birth, that they could be there to advocate. If the doctor's saying, "Hey, let's push this pill," and be like, "Yeah, no." Oh, let's push for a C-section, but for what?
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's crazy. Like, that's scary.
Yeah.
Like, especially like if you're getting ready to have kids, it's like, all right, are we gonna have a home birth, or are we gonna get a doula, or are we gonna go to the hospital and have a, like, if you have a primary care physician, can that person actually deliver your child?
Well, granted, you mean your OBGYN, but
Okay.
yeah. I mean, 9 times out of 10, whoever your OBGYN is, even if you don't see them all the time for your visits, 9 times out of 10, they're the person that's gonna be delivering your baby. Yeah,
I mean, damn, it's a scary situation with healthcare in the U.S. Like, I know I have friends.
it's all a business.
Yeah, I have friends that, like, they know people that travel to other countries where it's free healthcare, and they do whatever surgeries they need to do.
And come back.
They do whatever they need to and then come back.
Cheat code.
Because they don't get charged. They don't get charged.
Cheat code.
And like, that's what I was I was looking at neurologists overseas just to see, like, all right. I definitely wanted a Black neurologist because they would probably understand me more, but which I'm still looking at because
I told you they're unicorns.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking for one myself. It's rare.
Yeah, and so it's like, the doctors were pushing different pills and like a surgery, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't think it's that deep. Like, I'm not trying to be on these opioids. It's like, oh yeah, this is not addictive. And it reading up on it and asking my cousin, like, oh yeah, that's addictive. That's it. You can get addicted to that. Like, yeah, no, I'm good. So, like, yeah, currently the meds I'm on kind of affects my mood, where if I want to deal with people or I don't want to deal with people, I like to stay inside. Makes me want to stay inside more. But like, I'm getting better managing it. But like you, Woody, like, having a primary care physician, I think I got to start looking at getting one of those. Because, I mean, it's cool to have somebody that actually knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a level of continuity there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just that rapport, right? A level of comfort. It's like, oh, I'm back. It's been 6 months. So I'm back. It's been a year. Da da da.
And that
they
person
know your
actually knows what your
situation.
situation
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
As opposed to,
They
oh,
know
let me
your
read your
story.
chart and see. And they're not thoroughly looking.
Yeah.
It's just like a quick skim. You may have missed something. Like, it's always good. If you could find that one doctor that you kind of connect with, that knows you build that relationship with. Like,
Are they black?
He's not black.
Okay.
No, Good Gold is not black. He
Okay.
looks like Santa Claus. without the beard. He's a cool dude though, very knowledgeable.
Okay.
Got a lot of experience. Like, you could tell that
He
like,
actually
this man
cares.
he cares and he knows his stuff.
Okay.
Like the back of his hand. So yeah.
And so, you see, and that's the thing. It's like finding a doctor who actually cares, because some of them are there just for a paycheck. Some of them are there to just keep you, like you said. Some people just want to keep you in the hospital as long as possible, and get those billable hours. I mean, that's scary. I don't want to just be a test dummy for you and your experiments. And so it's like, again, that's why. I mean, I have a little fear of going to someone new that I haven't gone to, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to be pumped with just bullshit just because you think this might work. When was the last time you guys been to the doctors?
Nah, I make it a point. Last time what month are we in now? September?
Yeah, we're in September.
Yeah, so I would say July, August.
Nerlise?
December when I had to get a physical for
That's funny.
Nothing's wrong. Like, again, if it's not broke, why fix it?
Okay.
Matter of fact, I lied. Okay, I got injured. Okay, so the last time I was actually at the doctor was May.
Okay.
But then, like, I have like a dermatologist.
Yeah.
I have like a
Okay.
dentist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a
I mean, I've been
like,
to the dentist.
like a whole ecosystem type of deal.
And that's the
you
thing.
know what I'm
Not people think about it. Like they do their physical and blood work. They be like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta go to your dentist. Gotta make sure your teeth is good. Go to your eye doctor. Make sure your eyes are good. And then, I mean, your skin dermatologist as well. Like if you feel something is wrong, go to somebody.
No, but no, we promote healthy skin over here. So nothing needs to be wrong. If you see a pimple, no. We
I
promote
mean,
healthy
you
skin.
never know. You never know
Even
though.
skin tones, we promote that.
I mean, you may have a random rash that come up, and you just like, may have to go to the dermatologist just to.
Yeah, or a doctor.
yeah,
You
yes.
may need an allergy test.
Yeah, something like that. You never know. I think that's very beneficial. What do you guys think is like when it comes to like choosing a medical professional? Like, what do you think is the most important thing for you?
Me now.
Yeah, at
It
this
depends
big
on
age.
it depends on the doctor. It depends what the field is. Like if it's a primary dentist, X, Y, and Z. But for me, for a gynecologist and my regular doctor, I aim for a black physician.
Why?
I feel like again they relate more certain things that, no offense, that a Caucasian doctor may not be able to relate to.
Mm-hmm.
That if I tell a black doctor and they're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what this is. Oh, whatever. And as opposed to a Caucasian, like, oh well, maybe that's nothing,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it's something. Like,
Help me.
yeah, like I feel like the first time I ever went to a black gynecologist was maybe like, well, I've been with her now for some time. It's probably been like a good 10 years now, but it was a whole totally different like switch from my old gynecologist before. She was like very attentive. She's like, I was telling her like, hey, my regular. She's like, oh, you ever think that maybe you had this? We found out I had cysts in my ovaries that, again, none of my gynecologists
previous.
before ever told me, and they didn't grow overnight. Like I've been having painful flows since like I was 16, and none of my gynecologists ever told me like, oh hey, this could be a possibility. Like legit, the first time I ever met her, she first thing, how is your cycle? Is it normal? How many days does it usually last? Is it heavy? Like she was just like very
Asking
attentive.
questions.
Yeah, she was just like, I'm trying to get a feel of like, what's going on, like what are you dealing with? And I told her something. She's like, any doctor ever tell you that you may have a cyst? Did they ever look into it? I'm like, no. She's like, okay, yeah. So today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an ultrasound. We're gonna make sure, like, if that's not it, rule that out, and then see what else or whatever. And that's what I feel like with black doctors. They're more like they're more attentive. Like, hey, okay, let's see what this could be.
Okay.
This may not be it. This is what I think it is. This may not be it. If it's not, let's go back to the drawing board and figure it out.
And that's why I feel like searching for a black neurologist is like one of those things I'm trying to search for. It's like I know they're gonna ask additional questions that may be like, okay, let's make sure we didn't miss anything, and go for that from there. It's like, and I of course I told the doctors that my dad died from stage 4 brain cancer, and it was like, okay, I want to make sure it's not hereditary, which they said it's not, and I may not get it, but I've had chronic migraines for since forever. Oh, okay, you don't have a tumor, you don't have anything going on. Maybe you should think about doing Botox injections. And I'm like, ain't Botox for like trying to look pretty and shit? Like, no, they're like, oh no, you can use it for migraines. You just take, I think it's like 9 injections into your head. And I'm like, nah, I don't want nobody like put needles in my head. Like, is there any other way? So it's like, I think they immediately went for that versus like, hey, maybe you could change up your diet, the way you exercise. Maybe we take these little nutritional pills or something. They went straight for the Botox. Let's go straight for the Botox. Let's do that. And I'm like, yeah, no, like let's find something else that may.
But a lot of times these doctors have contracts with these people. It's like, oh yeah, I got a referral, so
Yeah.
they're sending you to their homeboy. That's gonna send you to their homeboy. That's
Yeah.
okay. We all making money. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I agree. But so like for I guess the African American community or people of color, what the main thing is for them? Why do you guys think they don't go to the doctors? Do you think it's
Fear.
just because of fear?
I told you fear is. I
That's the biggest thing you think it
Yeah.
is?
Fear is for me like legit. Ultimately, a lot of these is everyone. For the most part, people are scared to die.
Yeah.
Like they know what's gonna happen, but they're scared to die. And you go to the doctor and they tell you something's wrong. That's like your death sentence. There's nothing you can do to them. Is nothing I could do to basically take this back, whatever, or rewrite this death sentence that was given to me by this doctor. So I'm definitely going with. I think it's fear.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, I think our generation is like a little more educated on certain topics. The information's out there. So especially if you,
It is readily available.
yeah, if you want it, it's out there. You can just go get it. I think with the older generation, they probably have to do a little more digging. So there's like a trust element.
Yeah, but you
Between
do have
them and
those
the medical field.
internet, the fake internet doctors that
What,
say
WebMD?
First of all, WebMD will have you sitting there thinking you're gonna die tomorrow.
No, really.
So
You're not supposed to be
Yeah,
eating
no.
fruit. You're not supposed to be like breathing the air outside.
Yeah.
All that.
Do I think that like every single doctor has your best interest? Not necessarily,
Yeah.
right? Because clearly we've highlighted the fact that it's becoming a business.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But do I feel that there's some level, no, not some level, there's an importance in focusing on your health and like having a healthy routine
Yep.
to stay on top of your health, like preventative measures, preventative care? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky because I have a couple, I got frat brothers, I got an older brother who's in the medical field. So like, if I got a question on a topic, like I could start with them.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this? And like sometimes they'd be like, yo, you should go see a doctor. Or just be like, oh nah, just take this and da da da. You know what I'm saying? I have friends that are nurses,
Yeah.
right? Like nurse practitioners running their own like urgent care facilities, all that good stuff. So yeah, man, it's just there's a lot of information out there, but it's important. It's important because nothing's worse than, to your point, Kevin, like your dad letting you know stage 4.
Yeah.
Like
Like at the
why
end, literally.
why are we so late in the game? You know, and it's never perfect, right? Like it's not always gonna be perfect, but if like look at hindsight is 2020, right? If something could have been done to catch it earlier, like what would the outcome have been different?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important. Are we ever gonna get over the whole fear of going
hell
to the
no.
doctor?
No, hell no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember
I
the
don't know.
Tuskegee experiment.
Yeah.
Google
Yeah,
that.
Exactly.
Google that.
History shows there's a lot of, circumstances, situations where they didn't have our best interests at heart. So
Yep. So I mean, that's for those that know about the Tuskegee experiment. Then it's one of those things why a lot of black people don't trust doctors or do any type of experimental things. But as we end this episode, what do you guys want to leave people with on paying attention to your health?
I would just say health is holistic, man. It's a combination of a lot of things, right? Mental health, physical health, all of those things. So I would just say have some routine in place, right? Like it shouldn't totally be neglected by any stretch.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't just be going through life year in, year out and
Raw
never
dogging
checking on
it.
your health.
Not
Exactly.
raw dogging, Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Out of all the
you what you're doing.
terminology
for lack
we
of better
could
terms,
use.
like check in with your people, man. Go see your primary care if you don't have one. Find one. Go see your therapist, and whatever else you may be dealing with. Right, get a referral and go see that specialist. Whatever you need to do, but it's important. I think the long and short of it is it's important, especially if you got like a good job and you got the benefits. Like,
Word.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
Come on,
Word.
come on.
You're
man.
paying for it.
Yes, let's get on top of these things. So that's my 2 cents.
No?
Mine would just be prioritize your health. Just like you prioritize everything else. Just like you prioritize in there, girls getting back with that nigga that you know you should have left.
Oh,
Prioritize your health in that same manner. Like, yeah, a lot of times you'll find people will sit there rather go to work like they don't feel good, but no, I need to make this money. No, honestly, prioritize your wealth because God forbid you die on that job. They gonna find somebody else.
Word. But that's it for this episode. You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Don't forget to check in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.